Someone had come into the store the other day,
Yep.
actually, and they had discussed they're done feeding per se, but they use those Boardman feeders with just water as a water source. Do you think that's a good idea for your hives as a water source?
I don't think that because of the size of the pinhole prick that water will just rush out of there.
That was my thought, but I
Yeah.
was curious if you'd ever seen
Yeah.
that done.
We've had some folks in the past that said, hey, it's flooding out my hive, and it was because it was more water than sugar.
Okay, makes sense.
Water sources, very, very important this time of the year. What happens is the bees need to have a water source within an eye shot. And I have a natural spring that comes up into my yard, and the bees go down there. It's a real gentle flowing stream, and they'll drink. And then they come back to the hive and they create natural air conditioning. They spew it out while others are beating their wings to circulate the air within the hive. So it creates natural air conditioning within the hive itself. So water is good for hydration for the bees and also cooling down the hive itself.
Okay, great. Because someone in Florida actually asked what's a good way to kind of cool your hive down. So that would be one way that you could do that is just make sure they have plenty of
Yes.
water. Are there any other suggestions?
I've
for that?
used a bird bath with stones. You just don't want to use a bird bath filled with water because bees will get into it, spin around, and they get wet, and then they die. But if you put rocks in there, it does really good because if the bees do get into the water, they have something to grab onto and get back out. Bird baths are probably number one, Nikki, of items to put right close by, and it looks great
Okay.
with the hives itself.
Good.